Hey guys, it's Michael from Fire and Brilliance, and today we will be talking about the OMC again, but the comparison this time is between two types of cuts. One will be the elongated cut, and the other one will be more of the squarish cut where it has even sides, okay? But both are FAB Moissanite from our heirloom collection, an OMC or the old mine cut, and I'm gonna get right into it for you. Alright guys, so today's episode will be about the OMC or the old mine cut. Okay, so the first stone that I'm taking out here is more of the squarish cut. Now it's definitely rounded, okay, so an old mine cut, what is an old mine cut exactly? An old mine cut is similar to that of the OEC or the old European cut. The only difference is that it's actually a cushion shape instead of the round shape, right? So it's definitely rounded around the corners. Okay, a cushion shape, it looks very similar to that of a pillow. Okay, so in other words, it has a kind of like a half oval sphere on top. It's rounded around the edges, but not completely rounded where it's a circle like that of a round cut. So it's a little squarish. It's a perfect marriage between maybe a square shape and a round shape. So it's rounded enough, but also squarish enough so that it looks kind of like a pillow. Okay, so this first stone is the old mine cut. The things that I want you to notice here, like that of the OEC or the old European cut, it was very popular before the turn of the 19th century. So the crown was cut significantly higher than the modern cut of today. Or the culet under the pavilion, all right, was also faceted like that of the OEC. So you should be able to see a faceted culet. This is a cushion shaped old mine cut, and the facets are typically larger than that of the modern cut. Okay, so for today's specific comparison purpose is that I want to be able to compare it next to an old mine cut that is cut longer, or an elongated old mine cut. So there you go. So both of these stones are old mine cuts. The reason why they're called old mine cuts is because the crown is higher, the culet is faceted, okay, and the actual facet placements are much larger than that of the modern brilliant cut. The two shapes here are very pillow-shaped like. It's rounded around the edges, right? But at the same time, it's a little more squarish than that of a full round. So although this is an elongated stone or elongated cut of an old mine cut, the only difference between this stone and that stone is that the length is longer than the width, right? Whereas this stone is a little more squarish, or it has even sides. Both have larger facets compared to the modern brilliant cut for cushion shapes, and both have a higher crown. But the one thing that I do want you to notice here, that the difference between these two stones is the faceted culet, right? So the faceted culet for this even-sided old mine cut goes to a center point, and it's kind of flat at the culet. It's faceted, so that's kind of cut off at that point where it's flat. Whereas this specific culet, it actually meets at a center line and not a point, right? So the facet looks like a long, flat surface line as opposed to a flat surface point. So that's the main difference between the elongated OMC versus the even-sided OMC. Both are beautiful, both are very popular these days. This definitely has a comeback in terms of vintage-inspired jewelry. Many people are going after this look, and it's very gorgeous, especially if you're going to wear it on vintage-inspired types of jewelry. Alright guys, so the first ring that I will be showcasing the center stone of a even-sided cushion OMC old mine cut. Okay, so this specific stone is actually a 7mm. Now the loose stones that I was showing you just a minute ago, that was 10mm. But for the purpose of our showcase here, we decided to go a little smaller. So this is a 7mm OMC center stone. Okay, so that is the old mine cut. Now from the top going down, I've done this before in one of my videos where I've used this specific style of a head or the prongs for a round cut. This one is for the OMC. Now if you notice, it's actually a squarish type of V prong on the edge. Okay, I call it cat ears because that's what it looks like to me. Okay, so this is a unique flare that you can play on if that's something that you're interested in. So we decided to do that just to, change it up and kind of give you an idea of what you can do. Even with solitaires, you can even customize solitaires, right? So we're showcasing the center stone. This is a two-tone setting. What does that mean? All that basically means is that there's two colors of metal, right? So the top section is 14K white gold, and the bottom section is 14K solid yellow gold, both being solid gold. Now if you notice here, this is quite a thicker shank than what we normally use. This is probably about approximately about a 3 millimeter in width. You notice as it goes up, it's tapering in, right? So it's going from approximately about a 3 millimeter to maybe about a 1.5, 1.25 around there at the top. And what you also may notice here as well is that although it's tapering up, the shoulders are actually getting higher as well. So the height in millimeter of the shoulders here is higher than that of the height in the midsection of the shank. Right? So there's a couple of features, again, just to recap. The top section here are the cat ears or the V prongs in each corner to hold the center stone. It's a two-tone setting, white gold, yellow gold, with a thick shank that tapers as it goes up with a high shoulder. All right, this is a solitaire setting. It is showcasing a center stone. It just has a different look and feel than what you may be normally used to, but it's also a very popular look, and it's great for a vintage inspired type of cut such as the OMC. All right, so the second ring that I'll be taking out is also another solitaire. This is the elongated version of the OMC. For the purposes of comparisons, this was a 7 millimeter, so this is a 9 in length millimeter and 7 millimeter in width. Okay, so these are the same in terms of the width, but since it's elongated, we've made that a 9 millimeter cut. Okay, this is a standard 4-prong. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, all in white metal, white gold, 14K. It's a V prong that meets to the center point with a standard shank that's rounded, okay, and all white metal. The beauty of all white metal is that if you're really going for a center stone without color, the white reflection of white metal on a colorless stone typically will not show any color at all unless there's other reflections. So sometimes people may be confused, for example, there's like a piece of paper next to it, that may look like some color, and so forth. So, it's just one of those things where sometimes the reflection of the environment may look like that, but if you want to maximize the center stone, and if you're really going for a colorless look, then go with the white metal. It could be silver, it could be platinum, it could be palladium, it could be white gold. But the purpose of it is if you do not want people to misinterpret or misconceive the reflection of the metal to be the color of the stone, then definitely choose a white metal. Okay, so those are the two solitaires that we're showcasing today with the two center stones that we're showcasing today. Again, both of these are OMC cuts. A 7 millimeter, a 9 by 7 millimeter, both are 4 prongs. The only difference here is the solitaire style. Hey guys, I hope you guys really like what you saw there. Again, if you haven't checked out our other playlist, it's called the FAB's Rings, Blings, and Things. That's where you can actually check out our products and things that we actually have to offer here at Fire and Brilliance. We are on other social media platforms as well, such as Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat. With that being said, go ahead and hashtag Fire and Brilliance or at us anytime with any questions that you may have, because we're thinking about actually doing a live segment either on Instagram or these other social media platforms platforms where we may answer all of your questions. So it's going to be a Q&A, and we're going to compile a list for you, okay? So if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, hit the like button, comments below, let us know what you like, what you don't like. We definitely value your feedback regardless if it's good or bad, okay? Again, thank you for tuning in, and see you next time.